I'm standing now with Steve Tapatio from Tiverton, Rhode Island, if I remember correct. So a local boy from New England. Yeah, Steve, you've been doing this this event for a number of years, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been here since the inception of the event. I think it's 7 years. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think this is the 8th year.
8th year, yeah.
So, every year you come up with an idea for a sculptor, and
yeah, pretty much. It depends on the field. I mean, this is a real tough field this year. I mean, it's got, like Dan was saying, it's the best in the world. And me being the local guy, maybe still being the guy who's still in the learning curve. I try to come up with these wham bang ideas to kind of be competitive, and I do come in these things with about three or four ideas, and probably the night before I get a little an idea from my wife, or she kind of picks, really should go with this, your strong points with this one here. So, and that's kind of what's going to happen this year. I got 3 on the table. Let's pick one and go with it and see what happens. So.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you're going to do this year, or are you going to hold that to the vest?
I don't know. We really don't disavow what we're going to do. So I have strong points that I have. I do characters very well. I had this crazy door knocker idea. I mean, I'm just going to toss them out there and see what happens. So. Yeah.
I remember the piece last year, and along with all the other pieces, there was a lot of emotion in the pieces last year. And yours, if I remember, it was a couple embracing. There was the world, and there was I think.
Last year I was trying to get a little artsy than I usually do. My passion lies in automobiles and music, and that's been my hobby all my life. And so that's kind of where my pieces were reflective to, and also characters. I do a lot of dragons, but last year I was trying to be a little more artsy and get it into a little romantic piece, but. It's tough being competitive with this bunch. You try to keep up with them, and it's like, okay, these guys do it all the time. I don't. They respect my work. They respect me, and to be invited back to these events is just great for me. It's to be the local guy here along with Martelli. It's so great to be with this bunch, and it's like you can't believe, like I said, my story is 10 years ago I was making a dragon on Algonquin Beach with a clamshell, and here I am. Basically, sand carving next to the best in the world. So, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
And you're talking about, we were talking about the close-knit group, and a lot of these folks because you've worked with them before, you've been in the events with them before. This year here we have two new contestants, I think, to the sand sculpting. One from Portugal, and another one from Mexico. Do you know these people at all?
I do not, but I've known them. I've been following Ben from Mexico there. I've been following his work, and I just thought he was just unbelievable. And when I saw the lineup coming here, and I said, I can't believe I'm working with Ben, or I'm competing with Ben Pabanza. It's like, wow. And the woman from Portugal, I do not know. I've never met her. The international flair with these is just to be involved with that. It's great, and I'm excited about the whole thing. So, being the local guy, like I said, throwing us into this group is just unbelievable, and to continue on being invited back to these events is just it's just amazing to me.
Yeah. Well, great. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Standing here with Matt Martelli, local guy from Revere, one of the contestants for this year's Sand Sculpting Festival. Matt is working on a small piece for the aquarium, and he's going to actually be creating one of his own sculptures in the competition. Matt, you've been involved in this competition from the beginning, I believe, yes?
Yes, from the beginning, but actually competing in there for about the last 5 or 6 years. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So for 5 or 6 years you've been competing, and if I understand correctly, this is basically the only time of year, once a year, that you actually work with sand as a medium. Outside of that, you're a painter?
That's it. I'm an oil painter. Yeah,
You're an oil painter.
Portraits, gallery work. This is my one chance to come out here and play in the sand. Which is a little disadvantage because everybody else plays in the sand all year long, and I just get to do it once a year.
Well, having seen some of your sculptures, I'm not sure you're at a disadvantage. I think you do very, very well with them for doing it once a year. I was amazed at what you produced last year.
I'm getting better.
What brought you to this?
Tell you the truth, I used to do, it all started with my son down on Ural Beach in Winthrop. They have a sand sculpting contest there. This was years and years ago. My son was 4 years old. I was walking the beach with him, and a friend of mine come running over and says, we're in a sandcastle contest. You got to help me. It was a kid I work with. We ended up doing a giant Ninja Turtle, mutant Ninja Turtle on the thing. We won first prize, and we won first prize every single year after that. We did fighting dragons. We did prehistoric animals. We did movie themes, and it went from there to Cranes Beach. I did that a couple of times. We won 1 year there. And then it all started here. It all started in Revere. So we got involved. And I think our first sculpture was me and my brother did something for we did Neptune with all the creatures and everything for the Ocean Club.
Okay.
And from there, I ended up in the contest.
So you did an exhibit for one of the sponsors at one point.
The sponsors hired us to do a giant sculpture off to the side. And from that point there, they pulled me into the contest, and I've been doing the contest.
A star is born.
Star was born. The star was a sand star, yeah.
So as I said, you do this once a year, and outside of that, you do oil paintings, you do portraits, you also do murals. Tell us, and there's one mural recently that you've just completed. Tell us a little about.
We just finished a mural for the Echo Restaurant in East Boston, a great spot and everything. It's they needed something for their back plaza to attract people. So me and my son, who's also an artist, we put together an 8-foot by 16 black and white of Meridian Street back in the 1940s. And we just hung that this weekend. They're going crazy over it.
That should be something to see. I'm dying to see it.
You can go to martellistudio.com and you can see it on our website.
Okay.
And everything. Yeah,
good.
That's my art site. So
right, we'll check that out. Going back to, and you only do this once a year, so obviously you're not like the other sculptors that you don't travel around the world.
No,
but
I don't get to do that. I work
do you keep in touch with? You got your day job.
That's it.
Do you keep in touch with the rest of these guys during
they call, we go, with the internet and everything. They all have websites and everything. We communicate, and I see what they're doing through the year, in the course of the year and stuff.
Because I've commented with Meredith and some of the others that there's a very a very visible camaraderie amongst you guys. I mean,
yes,
the bonding that you have.
There's really only so many people that do this. It seems like it's always the same people at all these big contests and everything. It's starting to grow. But it's still a limited amount of people that actually do the sand sculptures. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and it's just so great how well you all play in the sandbox.
That's what it is. It's a competition, but we have fun in the sand. That's for sure.
Well, that's great. Well, good luck. Thank you very much, Matt.
Thank you.
I'm standing here with Deborah Julie, another local artist participating in the sand sculpting event today, this week actually, excuse me. And I understand that your primary focus here is the centerpiece.
Absolutely.
And you've been doing this for a number of years, yes?
7 years. I started in 2005.
And what got you actually started in this?
A friend of mine who knew that I was an illustrator, and so they said, well, we got to show you something, and they brought me down to see this, and I hopped into the pile the next year. So.
I also understand that you've actually had your own pile of sand delivered to your house. Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
I have. Recently I decided I ought to get myself 10 tons of sand because I can't wait for the activities to take place before I carve. So I needed 10 tons of sand. And I had to find out how much was in the piles that they compete with beforehand because I'm getting itchy to take a step in a bigger direction.
So you make your own wooden forms, put them all together, you put the sand and you tamp it down?
That I need to learn to do. That's a step I need to get out from under my belt. I've never actually done my own entire pound up. So in order for me to go out there and ever ask if I could be considered to compete, I would need to stuff my own forms, stomp them, get them ready, do it within the time frame that they do, which is 30 hours. At least 21 to 30 hours is what they usually have a competitive time. And when I prove that to myself, then I'll say, you think I could compete?
I actually got to stomp the sand on Saturday, so I know exactly what it's like. Unbelievable. and as we were talking about, I says, imagine doing this all day, in 4 or 5 times as they go up there.
It is fun. It really is fun, especially if you take your shoes off and you get them, like stomping grapes. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is, and the people are dynamite. It's just something about it. The whole nature of the event is just unbelievable.
That is one thing that I take away is that all of you come from all different parts of the country, and for this event, all different parts of the world. Actually, we've got Canada represented. We'll have Portugal and Mexico represented as well. But you all are kind of like one very big cohesive
family.
Group. Yeah?
Yes, it really is like one big family. And it's a very small community throughout the world. That's what I love.
Yeah.
It's pretty, over time, it's easy to get recognized, over a period of time. So 7 years later, I'm starting to get little reputation, definitely for the logos.
Yeah. So when do you think you'll actually be competing with your own sculptor?
I don't know. I've actually got an offer to compete in doubles with a couple of different people who would consider competing with me. So that was nice. It came out of the blue, and that's actually why I ordered the sand. when someone said, "Do you think you'd compete with the doubles in a doubles with me sometime?" And I said, "You know what? If you think I can, I'm getting sand and I'm going to work on it." So that's why I got my sand.
That'd be a great way to learn. And I was thinking is, because there's the right way and the wrong way to work with this, the things you need to do about the tamping down, but actually making the forms and molding that. So how do you learn what's right, what's wrong, and so forth?
It's just, it's really with each passing year.
Yeah.
I mean, from when I started in 2005 to now, I've learned so much. And as soon as I put the tools in my hand and lay, and whatever, I'm laying down or sitting down, whatever I'm doing in the sand, as soon as I hit it, I feel the difference from year to year.
Well, it amazed me when I talked to him when we did the show at the studio, how, and I looked at what he created last year, and he says, I only do this once a year. And I says, well, do you draw it out beforehand? He says, no. He says, it just develops as I come.
And now this was Matt...
Matt Martelli.
Matt Martelli,
yes.
okay. Okay, I wasn't sure which Matt. Yeah,
yeah,
Matt
that's
Martelli.
Right. There's two Matts.
Two Matt. Matt Somali's the one I
Yeah.
got in, but Matt Martelli different. Yeah, he from Revere, and he's been competing. He's good. He's really good.
That's incredible. So when you develop one, I mean, do you have a shape in mind, a picture that you're working from, or does it evolve?
You know what? It evolves for some, but not for all. But a lot of I would need a picture.
Yeah.
I'd want a picture. I'd do a drawing and get it ready. But a lot of them work from photographs. So they put it all together. A lot of them will draw it out first, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But many of them just get on the pile, and I think Matt Martelli is one of them.
he
I
is
think
one.
he just goes for it. Doesn't know where he's going.
It is incredible when you see what comes out, and you say, wow.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
As you say,
really.
it's in the blood.
It's definitely in the blood. Have you tried that yet?
What?
You carving sand?
I haven't tried
You
carving
haven't
yet.
tried?
I guess I should. I'm gonna. You know what?
You did the stomping.
I did the stomping. So sometime during the week, give me something that I can't mess up badly.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
it's been a real
it's
pleasure.
really nice to
Thank
meet
you very
too.
much.
You too.
Take care. I'm standing here with Matt Somali, another Revere resident, another local talent that we have working on this sand sculpting event. Matt, how long have you been involved with working on the Sand Sculpting Festival?
About 5-6 years.
Okay. And are you always working on the centerpiece?
Yes, always.
What got you started in the whole sand sculpting medium, if you will?
Well, when you talk to Debbie Julie, she's a good friend of mine, and she knew I was artistic and everything. We always kind of talk. And so when she got involved, she said, you got to come down and check it out. And so I volunteered one year and stayed with it. And everyone here is so great. And it's just, there's no better place. It's just so much fun.
I'm sorry.
It's just so much fun to work on the beach.
Now, she just told me that she had 10 tons of sand delivered to her backyard. Do you have sand in your backyard too?
No, I don't. I go to her house. Why would I dump it on my house? I got to help her build a form so she can have a nice sand pit and try to keep all the cats out of it. So.
Now, you come down here and work on this event every year,
working
on this centerpiece. Outside of this, are you doing sculpting in any other events?
No, I'm a painting contractor, so I do a lot of faux finish. I kind of have my creative release in my work that I do, so I do a lot of faux finish work and marbleizing and that kind of thing. So
So you come down and work on the logos and the centerpiece, and you help out where you can, sculpting it and so forth.
I do it.
Yeah.
Whatever they want me to do.
And are you down here for the whole period of the development of the centerpiece?
Yep, the whole week.
Yep. So it's a little vacation then.
Absolutely. A working vacation, but it's a labor of love.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, thank you very much.
Right.
Enjoy. Take care.
Take care.